Looks like it's popping out in the top.
Well, this is, we're about 15 minutes in, and we got a bear straight across from us. Yeah, Brian spotted it in about a half a second. So we're gonna throw the spotter up and see what he is. Jet black, it looks like. Well, we got the spotter out and got it on him, and he's just a pretty young bear. He's pretty small. He's less than medium size, but I'm sure there's a lot more bears. It's really thick over here. He just disappears in no time in this thick stuff, so pretty good vantage we got here though. But yeah, he's not one we're gonna go for.
Well, it took us about 5 hours to go 10 miles today. About 2 miles per hour. We're back here in a beautiful area. Lots of open country. See what we can find. There's a nice couple trails that take us up over this top to peek into some other drainages. So we might run around light tomorrow and leave our camp set up and just take off and run some of these ridges. But it's amazing country. So just hoping we can find ourselves a nice black bear. It's just so good right here. We're gonna check this out for a day or so. We just kind of want to see what it's like back in here. The good news is we're upriver, and so far the river's been good. There's a couple treacherous spots where we'd have to take out, but we expect to find a couple of good bears back here, so we'll see what happens. But so far so good. It's beautiful, it's cool. I'd like to see the clouds back off, give us a little sunshine. I like the heat.
A lot of walking today. We got to this spot here that was hard to pass up. Really nice, glassable, stalkable. Looks like bear country. We didn't see anything this evening, but I don't think that means much. I just think they just happen to be out of sight. So definitely going to be bears around. We just got to do our job and find them.
What you having for dinner?
Going with some Heather's Choice dark chocolate chili, and sprinkled in with some Tonys.
Just gotta add a little
spice to it, because like according to you it's spicy, but it's not. It's not spicy at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna have salmon chowder. You're shocked, I know. Shocked.
Shocking.
Why fix what's not broke, folks? Well, I'm ready for dinner. I'm gonna cook up some grub.
All right, well, this is day 2. We got up this morning, did some glassing. Still have not picked up a bear, but did you see that horseshoe I turned up right back there, Brian? I turned it up right because I just saw it. And about, 50 yards later, we're seeing morels. So we're gonna snatch up some morels right now. Now all we need is a bear. Get some bear grease to fry him up in.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Also found some grizzly tracks right there. Tracks on this trail here. Just gotta find a bear.
It's a good sign when the game bag comes out, right? Even when it's not for meat, there is nothing better than bear meat and morels cooked together. Both fried, just crispy, and bear fat. That's gonna be the best meal we've ever had if we can now find a bear.
been picking mushrooms here for about 20 or 30 minutes. Ryan is on cloud 9.
Dinner, right?
It's like gold.
It is like gold. Gotta love that.
Especially since we've come across a few people in this backcountry.
Yeah.
Just a couple, and they're all mushroom seekers.
What did they say?
They're just not popping. There's none to be found.
Huh.
Lampers is a show off.
Oh boy. It's just a start.
Heck yeah.
And we're eating good, Brian. We are eating good. Morels, which are made for spring bear hunting, I think, because they just go hand in hand, are one of probably the best eating mushrooms. You put morels with bear meat or elk meat or anything, and it's really good. But yeah, these are definitely one of my favorites. Any way you cook them, they're good, and you can dry them, dehydrate them. So I don't know what the limit is up here. It's probably 10. When you're not commercial, it's probably 10 pounds or something like that. It's usually what it is. I don't know what the going rate is, but guys do make money every spring coming out and picking morels. I mean, they fill totes and totes and totes, and they make some decent money. You're not going to get rich off picking morels, but it's a fun hobby, no doubt. I don't know about you, Brian, but I don't really want to haul 100 pounds of morels out of here. I'd rather haul 100 pounds of meat and eat a handful of morels with that meat. Growing up in Washington, we've got a lot of morels. We've got a lot of false morels on the west side, which are verpa. Some folks eat false morels, but they're not really supposed to be eaten. So true morels are what these are, and you can tell because they're not capped. If you slice this down the middle, that cap, it's going to be attached to the stem like this, not just sitting on the stem. A lot of people get confused with false morels or verpa versus a true morel. These are the edible ones. Really not supposed to eat verpa. We've been picking these for a lot of years, and it's just a fun thing to do in the springtime. Turkey hunting, spring bear hunting. These are pretty small. I mean, we'll get them 10 times this big in certain areas under cottonwoods in the river bottom sometimes. Just giants. But usually fire morels are a little bit smaller. I guess there's people that don't like mushrooms. They're just wrong. Kind of like guys that don't like bear meat. They're just wrong. I don't understand people who don't like mushrooms. I don't think we could be friends, really, because they're just good. They're so good. I don't know, I can't really describe the flavor of them, but
I think they taste real meaty. They're not like your typical watery mushroom. They're meaty, and when you cook them down, I think they have a little taste like bacon, almost like a meaty. It doesn't taste like a mushroom, it tastes like meat.
Well, these are definitely going to taste like bacon once we deep fry them in bear fat. These are going to be good. Good.
All right, let's go find a bear.
That's all we need now.
We are in Mosquitoeville.
Oh, it's bad. It's real bad. There's like a swamp down there.
We saw a lot of bear sign, a lot of tracks, all sizes, big, small, grizzly, not grizzly.
Giant. Add giant to the mix.
There's a couple in there.
There was some really big,
like Kodiak brown bear style.
Giant, yeah, very large. There's a lot of different bear tracks, so I don't know. I think we're in a pretty dang good spot.
I just want to film a grizzly bear. My needs are low. You know?
You're not asking much.
No, I just want to film some animals.
This feels like they're everywhere with the tracks we've seen.
Yeah, I just, man, there's some king-sized behemoths walking through here. It's wild.
There's enough bear tracks here where we could probably just stick and find them. But I really want to get to that one basin that looks so good on the map.
You know, we're covering country, we're glassing country.
Yeah.
And just with everything out here, it just seems like we should at least be bumping into them on trails or on hillsides, but Kind of surprised.
Yeah. But we're gonna find them.
Yeah.
A bit of a grind up here, but we'll get a really good perch. Look into this big old basin that's up here. Looks really good. It's got open rollers with timber, heavy timber, so I'll get up there and sit for a while. Glass bear track going right across this face. We must have just barely missed him because it's fresh tracks, scat, and it's moving across this really, really long hillside. It's just a beautiful mountain, but he must have just been cruising, or he's on it and we just didn't pick him up, but I think we will. On our vantage here we can see a lot. I think we just missed him, like a couple hours. It's early in the day. I mean, that is as fresh as it gets for scat, but we'll find him.
Well, a little update. We've glassed all day, pretty much, in this little knob we're on. And we like it so much, we decided we're going to camp here tonight. So we went and got our tent, pitched it. We got all our stuff down by the river, hanging in a tree, trying to hope the bears don't get it. We left a bunch of food and gear we probably won't need. So we're traveling a little light. We got 2 days worth of food. And I don't know, this is a good valley. We keep thinking we're going to see something in here. Lots of sign. Fresh sign from this morning. So just need to find a bear. Haven't seen much though. Been a pretty slow day.
So we just picked up our first bear off this spot down in the flat. Actually, he's up on the opposite hill. He's just a beautiful bear, and he's just sitting looking straight this way. I gotta tell if he's a Grizz or a black bear, but we're just gonna watch him for a little bit. When he stands up, he's just sitting. But boy, he just looks like a black bear to me. His head on him, but we'll double check.
All right, we're after that bear. It is a long, long ways over there. And it's 6:30. We've got about 2 hours. Pulled it off. It's a gorgeous bear. I don't know if I even got it on film. He looks like a grizzly. He's so blonde and pretty. Definitely a black bear though. Yes. It's on.
Everything happens fast. We just came upon a Grizz. There's a grizzly about 200 yards out. He's scratching his back. He's big. What's that?
He's marking that tree.
Yeah.
Those bears sure make black bears look small.
Holy cow. He's huge compared to the really nice black bear we just saw. We're mid-stock on this beautiful black panda.
He's coming back towards the street.
He's right in our path, so we're gonna boogie back this way. Take a big berth around him. Change of course.
Well, we've gone almost a mile. It's been about 17 minutes since we started that stalk. We're pretty close now. We're gonna have a little river to cross, I don't know, something, a stream. hopefully our bear's just over this rise, about another mile.
Whew. So we gave that Grizz a big old wide berth. We changed our plans, came back to this little creek. We're gonna go straight at this bear we saw. We were gonna cut way up and up on the mountain he was going up, but it's kind of a low percentage, but we're gonna give it a shot. It's been slim pickings on black bear sightings, so we're gonna go straight at him. We'll see what the wind's doing when we get a little closer, but we still got a ways to go, and we gotta go up over this mountain, so. What time are we, Brian? We got about 2 hours.
It's been 25 minutes since we left.
So we got
2.5 hours. There's a swamp here. We knew it was here, but we were hoping we could get across it somewhere. That beaver don't work.
It looks bad.
You gonna jump? What? You gonna jump? Whoa. Oh, this is brutal. Ooh. Made it.
I'm gonna mark this spot. It's about the only place, the only other spots where that Grizz is parked.
This is a good crossing. Real narrow. You can see where that beaver has made that little canal there.
Yeah.
Well, we pulled that off. Got around the grizzly. Got across the swamp and the creek. And now we're only about 500 yards from where we saw that bear last.
Oh, we're good.
Well, it's been 45 minutes. We've gone 1.6 miles.
It lays out pretty good to be able to see him.
Ryan got eyes on the bear. Do you see him? Yep, I'm ready. He's not that big. What's wrong, Ryan?
Well, we're getting really good eyes on him, and he's not really old boar that we were hoping to find. He looked a lot bigger from a mile and a half away, but now we're pretty tight, and I don't know, second guessing if I want to take him. He's pretty though. Well, we're looking at him. He was running from something. We were hoping there was a big old boar, but it was just an elk. Elk spooked him. So he's not that tough.
There's that elk chasing it. Yeah, that elk probably has a calf. She's chasing off that bear. He's not that big if he's running from her.
he's a solid medium, but look, if he's running away from an elk, I don't know. I don't think he's badass enough to take.
Shoot. But, I mean, I'm glad we saw a bear, but yeah, we're trying to find that giant. Those tracks on that hillside look like a big black bear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Way too small for that Grizz we saw.
Oh yeah. No, like down in the bottom, you could see that Grizz's tracks just twice the size, twice as wide. His front pad. Big claws.
Well, that was close, folks. Ryan got on that bear.
Still see.
Got the crosshairs on him and just didn't feel it.
That's funny. That elk is just not having that bear around her calf. Now that elk is working her way back. We made it back to camp. It's pretty near dark, but that was a grind. Like 2.5 hours ago?
Yeah.
We bailed off this hill and chased that bear
all the way to the other side of the valley.
And saw Grizz and stomped our way back up. But that was fun. That was a fun evening.
Yep. So we went, it was 1.8 over there, so almost 4 miles.
Yeah.
3.5.
Yeah, we ended up way down there.
Yeah. Just not quite what you're looking for. No. He sure had the right color.
We're so many miles.
But not that big.
He was pretty, but just didn't have the size. I was fooled from here. I know we were kind of in a hurry, but when we spotted him and he was sitting there looking straight on at us, he looked like a little bit more mature bear.
Well, when you got a close up, you could see he had a small body with a gray coat.
Yep.
I feel
look, when mama elk chasing him up a tree, it's probably not big enough.
I feel like that bear spent most of his life running so far.
I wouldn't want to live in this valley.
There's a moving.
That thing.
That Grizz was gigantic.
He was rubbing when he was using that scratching tree and just like rubbing on his back, and his neck is just, he's like flexing, throwing his shoulder back. You could just see he's just enormous.
I barely got him, I think, on camera as he was scratching his back on the tree. And then he turned and walked away, and I was like, oh, darn it. Then he turned and walked back, and I'm like, whoa, that's a wide boy.
He's giant. It's like you're just bebopping along, and you're like, oh, wow, yeah, that's a giant bear.
You could see the hump.
Just
like
with your naked eye, yeah, you can see that hump.
The 10 millimeter on my hip just doesn't seem like much of. It's like a.
Let's just stay away from it.
Good plan. Hey folks, I hope you guys enjoyed that gritty film. This YouTube channel is exclusively hunt films. There's no other content published here. So if you like this video and you want to see more like it, make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a gritty film production. And if you want to see more behind the scenes gear discussions and other podcast content, check out our other YouTube channel, Gritty Gear and Podcast. And for gritty discounts, events, and merch, check out our website at briancall.com.